So starting at the hard part, we're installing a front and rear, you see right there, camera, so that, you know, stupid people don't get stupid. But we're starting at the hard part now. Well, you guys are coming in at the hard part because I got the cameras mounted in the front and the rear. I'm trying to run this through here so that I don't have this cable exposed here or here, letting any water come in anywhere that it doesn't need to. So when we get done with this, we'll come back and show you how we feed it through the car. All right, so we inchwormed it through. Got to make sure to put it through this plastic piece right here. But we got it inchwormed through this here, you know, move forward, pull, you know, move forward. I got to finish pulling it through so that the not so long end is not here, because we're going to need the rest of it to run through the car. And be gentle pulling on this cable because we don't want it to break. So mind my knots, because running it already, I already know there's going to be a bunch of it built up right here. Let me go look at more. Alright, so now that we got this assembled, I'm going to take, if you don't have any body panel tools like this, carefully, if you have to tape the end of the screwdriver, do so. But all we're going to do now is make this create our gap. And we got to get in tight back here is where the tool's going to help. Push it down. And then at this junction, bring it up and around. I'm going to carefully feed it through the panels, just all the way around. This little curve right here can be a pain, so we'll kind of just, there we go. Now we're through. Now we'll get this to lead that. And there we go. Get my big butt sitting on the rest of it. Alright, and I'll meet you guys at the back door. Home stretch here, folks. I'm gonna run it up through this body panel, and then we're gonna feed it up. Unfortunately, it's gonna be loosely up under the headliner. So now we see I got way more than I need. So what I'll do is I'll see carefully if I can pull this back to where I don't have so much here left over. All right, so this can pop off of the little GPS mount right here. So with this, you got your own little hookups. The USB for the rear, or this if you weren't using there we go, the hardwire kit that we're using. So we're going to use the hardwire kit, so the power will go through the GPS and then power the front and rear camera when it needs to. So all we need to do now is go ahead and plug in our rear camera to here, and then take care of the rest of this cable. And then after I take this apart again to run the hardwire kit down into the fuse box, we'll show you how we do all that. All right, so we got everything put back together. You would never know we had installed it except for this crap. So now we get this part, runs through the back and the GPS, and we're going to run this one down and into the fuse panel on the passenger side over here, down right there where the third brake light, where the auxiliary brakes are for the motorhome, or the on-off switch. All right, so we got the hardwire kit because it will record front and rear outside the car while it's parked. But it has a setting on here. You can find this. I have settings on here to where I can set it for the voltage level, the battery. Once this detects the battery at a certain level, it'll stop recording so that we don't kill the battery on the car that she can drive on. So I'm going to set this for 12.2 for now, and then we're going to go ahead and finish running this, and then we'll drive the car around the yard and see what the camera looks like. And a side note, remember when you buy this kit, there's got two versions. They got one with a USB-C and a mini USB. Like this is a mini USB. If you look on Amazon, it's highly returned because people get the wrong camera, the wrong connection to their camera. So you have to read the back of your camera takes. If you bought the one, the USB-C, make sure you get the hardwire kit with the USB-C connection. All right, got to take the panel off again, but the reason being is I don't want this cable, this power one right here, to run across the airbag here. So I'm running it down, and because at the bottom the airbag is right there at my fingers, I'll run it down under there and then down through here, and then under these panels, the kick panel, over to the fuse box right there. So now we're at the fuse box part, and I gotta decide what fuses I want to tap into. Obviously nothing serious like well, ignition, fuel box, fuel pump, or anything like that, but I believe those are going to be in the front. So you really want the tip of what, there it is. All right, I'm going to look up what fuses are what. Don't mind the every woman's freaking glove box. I'm going to come back when we find the fuse box and decide what fuse we're going to use. All right, so after finally figuring it out, got a spare fuse here and a spare fuse here. This one is the accessory, only turns on when the ignition turns on, and this one's always hot. So we got those two figured out, and then plus there's this bolt right here we can use as a ground. So after getting all that figured out, let's get the wiring finally finished on this thing. All right, so we have it all finally run. Last 10% of the job took 90% of the time. I'm gonna get this all bundled up and hidden here behind this thing right here, glove box. We got the camera up and running now. It is running right there with power to the GPS and power to there, so we can flip through and see front and rear, picture to picture, just the front, or just the front, just the rear, and then we got front here, and then picture in picture for the rear. It is working and the car is not running, so it is doing recording now. So don't mind the mess in the passenger seat. I am done. Everything works. So thanks for watching. This is your hard wiring tip on the VIO, I believe it's pronounced, VIO A129 Plus Duo for front and rear. So we're gonna go read through the user manual, get familiar with it, and use it. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you all next time.